Peace. What's good, guys? How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. Let's talk about and discuss NXT for July the 12th, 2022. This was a very decent episode of NXT. So we kicked the show off with the dreaded NXT parking lot. And we've seen a lot of shit go down and occur in the NXT parking lot. So we see Roxanne Perez. She's laid out with Cora Jade. So the WWE officials, as well as referees, they come out and they try to console and help Roxanne out. And so the recurring storyline / theme of the night was to figure out who took out Roxanne Perez. So a lot of people thought it was going to be Toxic Attraction. Some people thought it was, some people thought it was going to be Elektra Lopez, but she had nothing to do with it. And Nikita Lyons, she did an interview saying, nah, she didn't have anything to do with it. She didn't get down like that. And, if she's got a problem with you, she'll step to you face to face. On to the main event. Mandy Rose versus Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. So before the match started, Mandy Rose was out there. She cut a promo saying that she's gonna give Roxanne 10 seconds to get into the ring. It wouldn't have mattered. She was going to lose anyway. Then out comes Cora Jade. Cora Jade's like, no, that's not gonna happen. There was a match promised, and I'm going to step in on her behalf. Then Roxanne Perez, she comes out, takes the risen on. Then we have a match. Perez gets in a decent bit of offense. She does a couple of flips and kicks and dives. Towards the end of the match, Roxanne was able to hit the pop rocks on the outside. So both Mandy and Perez were on the verge of getting counted out. So Cora Jade, she's urging her to get back into the ring, that being Roxanne Perez. And then Jade, she takes off her championship belt, whacks Roxanne in the back, throws her into the ring. Mandy Rose was able to capitalize with a running knee for the 1-2-3. Post-match, Cora gets into the ring, starts screaming and says, I brought you here. I brought you here. And then she proceeds to beat down Roxanne Perez with her skateboard. And the skateboard breaks. So it was a really bad fucking botch. And she beats down Roxanne Perez some more. And then we go off the air. I loved it. I thought that was great. I really thought it was good. It was a good segment. I enjoyed it. It makes sense. I understand why people are mad about it. But you have to understand and realize, I was kind of shocked that they were going to do it this soon. But it actually makes sense. And never have we seen this before in the history of NXT, where a tag team has broken up within a 2-week span. We didn't see it with Gargano and Ciampa. We didn't see it on the main roster with Randy Orton and Edge years ago. Tag teams fight all the time. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, Edge and Randy Orton, Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio from years ago. But this is great. I'm digging it because their characters were too similar. So you had to turn one of them heel, and obviously it was Cora who was going to do it anyway. I like this. I really do. And I think we need to see a darker side of Cora's character, a more vindictive and dastardly, willing to do anything type of heel from Cora Jade. Take away the skateboard, obviously. Take away the backwards hat. you know, and kind of give her a downgrade of what her character was on the indies. That's what I would do. And hopefully we don't see Roxanne Perez for at least 2 weeks. So this is going to be a long, drawn out blood feud, and I'm digging this because there's quite a few ways they can go about this. The tag team championships, they don't matter really in the grand scheme of things. That's not why Cora Jade turned on Roxanne Perez. Cora Jade turned on her because she was jealous, because she was basically, in her eyes, usurping and very quickly surpassing Cora Jade by getting a lot of opportunities in her mind, in her character's mind. So I am digging this, and I'm down for it. I truly am. And I think this was the right decision, although I was shocked that they were going to do it this early. I think they were going to do it until at least like maybe Halloween Havoc, but I'm glad they didn't. So this was great. First match of the night, Apollo Crews versus Giovanni Vinci. It was pretty cool before the match. During Giovanni's entrance, Big Joseph and Wade Barrett, they were talking, and then Vinci, he points to the camera, and so they get a close-up of the three. That was fucking funny right there. This was a pretty decent match. I really enjoyed it. It was quite fun. In the end, Zion Quinn, he interfered, and he sucker punched Cruz, and so that allowed Giovanni to capitalize via the powerbomb for the 1-2-3. I'm fine with this. This does set up a feud between Apollo Crews and Zion Quinn. Although I did not expect for Apollo to lose, I really didn't. But this just being his first match, his second match, but his first singles match, I didn't expect him to lose, in my opinion. So, it's fine. And it was a really cool spot with Giovanni. He caught Apollo Crews, who was going to go for a mid dive into a deadlift, into a suplex. That was awesome. That was an awesome spot right there. Then we had Tiffany Stratton. She was getting a manicure, and she talked about how she has her eyes set on the winner of tonight's match. And that was all we get. I don't think we needed this segment here at all. Although I am digging the Tiffany Stratton character. I think she's going to actually be pushed as one of the 4 women that they're going to groom for the future. I think the 4 women are going to be Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, Nikita Lyons, and Tiffany Stratton. I think those are going to be your new version of the four horsewomen. I think that's what they're going to attempt to do in all 4 of those women, and I'm fine with that. I'm really digging her character. Another backstage segment, we've got Roderick Strong. He told Damon Kemp that he would teach him a lesson next week after Kemp cost Strong the NXT Tag Team Championships. Grayson Waller, he struggled to talk about his loss at NXT Great American Bash, for him, failing to capture the NXT North American Championship. Then we had we had Cameron Grimes. He comes out, he gets on the mic, he says that he failed, and that he learned a lesson about doing the things the right way. And then he mentioned how he lost the NXT North American Championship. And then JD McDonagh, he came out and he mocked Cameron Grimes. And then Grimes and JD got into a tidbit. So JD headbutts Grimes, but then Grimes attempts to do a cave-in, and then before that he calls JD an asshole. So that was pretty cool. So, I'm fine with that. I think this would be a decent little mini feud. I think what they might do at the next live event that they have for NXT, we'll probably end up seeing a triple threat match. JD McDonagh, Braun Breaker, and Cameron Grimes before Cameron Grimes, goes on to the main roster. Then we had Caden Carter with Katana Chance taking on Tatum Paxley. So Paxley gets the win here. I'm okay with that, I guess. Although she wins via roll-up. You guys know that I despise roll-ups. So I'm guessing they're going to try to turn Ivy now face, which kind of makes sense because the Creed brothers, they're faces, so why not? Then Joe Gacy, he had another crazy, weird schisms promo about their future. He says that next week they're going to reveal themselves finally. So who cares? I mean, I'm fine with that. Then we had Duke Hudson taking on Sanga. Didn't really care about that at all, period. Who gives a shit? I think Duke Hudson as well as Giovanni Vinci should be on the main roster and be members of the maximum male models. I mean, that shit go together, you know what I'm saying? So Sanga wins via the chokeslam. Pretty Deadly, they walked into a country bar to challenge Josh Briggs and Brooks Jenson. And Fallon Henley, she made the match official for next week. I'm like, okay. Now we're going into the inmates running the asylum. Like, that shit's crazy. Next we had Solo Sikoa taking on Von Wagner. I couldn't give one single fuck about this match. It led to a double count out, and then they continued to brawl through at least 3 segments of the show. Who gives a shit, And then Sikoa, he threw Robert Stone in the trash can. Then Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, they had a party with sexy ass females in a jacuzzi, and they were dancing they're having a really fun night on the town, dancing and talking about how they own NXT, how they're going to run it, and they all made a toast to Melo retaining the NXT North American Championship. And I do think when they go to the main roster, they'll probably end up being a candidate for being tag team champions. I don't see Melo making it too far on his own. Not like, how he has come into his own in NXT. Because I feel like because of his size, he's not going to be able to do... I mean, his character's great. I love his character. And he's getting an excellent push in NXT. But when he goes to the main roster, I don't think it's going to be as much of a push. They'll probably keep him in that mid-card reign that he's in there now. But they'll probably end up putting Williams and Hayes as a tag team, which is fine too. Because it seems like to me, just from a visual standpoint, Trick Williams has more of an upside just by main roster standards. He has more of an upside than Carmelo Hayes. Then we had Indy Hartwell versus Lash Legend. I didn't care about this match at all. Who gives a shit? So Alba Fire, she appeared and she distracted Lash Legend, continuing their feud. So it was good to see her back. So Lash loses to a roll up. Who gives a shit? So, and then Alba Fire chased her with her baseball bat. Then we get a really funny, cool Chase U segment when they went to England, which was awesome. And so, yeah, there was some funny shit that happened with that. Chase, he cussed out some of his students again, so that was really fucking cool. Then we had Tony D'Angelo and Stacks taking on Malik Blade and Idris Enofe. Enofe and Blade didn't even get an entrance. It seems like they're just the job guys of the tag division. So D'Angelo and Stacks, they win. And then post-match, Legado del Fantasma, Cruz and Joaquin Wilde, they beat down Enofe and Blade. I don't know where they're going with this shit. I really don't. I feel like it has to end at some point. Like, I guess everything will be settled and made known when Santos Escobar is back, I guess. And that was the show. You know, I said before, this was a really good, solid show of NXT. I really enjoyed this one. You know, I'm interested to see where the Cameron Grimes and McDonagh and McDonagh feud goes, as well as what they're going to do with Roxanne. I mean, as well as what they're going to do with Cora Jade, turning heel. You know, that was a great heel turn. Loved it. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe for my videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.